Pause. It's time for the video game podcast where the Konami code is alive and well. The console wars don't exist. Rings are just as valuable as coins. Pots are not safe from swords. Giant robots kick ass. And fireballs are a perfectly acceptable weapon in a fist fight. That's right, it's time for the Super Gamer Bros Podcast Ultra Hyper Alpha Super EX Double Impact Plus A Live. Settle in and let's get to gaming.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Super Gamer Bros. We're happy to be with you as we are talking about console exclusives and what it actually means this week. I'm one of your amazing hosts, Slayton. You can find me on Xbox all the time. If you want to come game with me, I'm always in Destiny and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Like, you can find me in one of those two games pretty much all the time, and then I offshoot to other things here and there. Joining me today is, of course, Cynic.
Hello, hello.
I like how you just say hello, y'all. Like, you never heard any fun intro, like,
fine.
What's up, y'all?
Also, to segue, I play video games as well. So
I hope so.
So I hope that
show.
I hope that just hooks everybody's interest. If I'm gonna follow suit, sure. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, all that good stuff. I'm on there.
And we have Cassandra, Neon Nerd Lady. Nerd Lady. I don't know where I get Neon Nerd Lady from.
Not Neon, Neo Nerd Lady on Xbox. You can also find me on PockyC on TikTok, where I talk about role-playing games.
And we usually have El Guapo, but something happened to him. I guess he got attacked by Donkey Kong or something last episode, so he'll maybe be back with us later this week.
He talked too much shit about M. Bison and just decided to take it out on him.
Yeah, he likes to talk a big game. So yesterday we started talking about console exclusivities, and yesterday's topic was what does that actually mean and how do we actually handle it. We talked a lot about third party, first party, and crossplay, but today I really want to talk about how exclusivity is going to look with, I say, the big three monopoly. Get out of the way, Cassandra.
I mean, that's definitely what it is.
The big three monopoly, minus Nintendo, because they're all over in their own damn quarter, doing their own damn thing.
And their own damn thing is re-releasing old games over and over and over again. Come on. That is literally their own.
Releasing old games all over again.
That's all Nintendo does.
But not releasing games people actually do want to play.
They release remastered Pikmin. Here's another, like, they're going to re-release Mario Party instead of just adding it onto the one that they just did that they gave no shits about.
The Mario Party All-Star Collection?
Yeah. You did this amazing new Mario Party, and you did nothing with it. They did Animal Crossing for a year, and they're just recycling content. They re-released a new Zelda game. That's not a new Zelda game. It's an old Zelda game.
And they put fast travel behind an expensive ass amiibo that is limited quantity and nobody can get a copy of.
It's Nintendo. Anyways, So for lack of a better term, they are part of the big three because they are king of exclusivity. Because you can't get that on anything else. So
theirs.
Yeah, my question is, and yes, Microsoft and Sony have been buying up a lot of studios, and it has made the developer marketplace a lot smaller. So we're really going to start seeing, especially with Bethesda being under Microsoft, that was huge. Like, that was huge. That's some of the world's most favorite franchises. And yes, they will keep a lot of it just for them. Like Starfield, they said is going to be an Xbox exclusive. Period. And so
whatever that game is.
Yeah, so what is it going to look like when these studios are they're not worried about crossplay anymore. They're just worried about come to us, come buy from us. This is the only place you can get it. What are your thoughts on this, Cassandra?
This is new?
It's not new, but I really want to talk about this now that they're really starting to buy these major studios up one after another these past few years.
Actually, the bigger company who's been buying up everybody is EA, which is their mantra, and then they cut up the company, decide dissect it, and then just start.
And it's only a matter of time before Microsoft or Sony buys them.
No.
Yes.
No, EA will probably end up buying Blizzard or something. I don't know.
The disheveled, shamed Blizzards will be coming creeping over, going, "Will you buy me, EA? You're corrupt too."
EA's like, fuck it, we're evil enough for that shit. But I think honestly the answer is nothing. Nothing will change. I think companies will be different about it. I think if you want my opinion, the big future is how Nintendo handled their exclusives, which is pay a company to make an exclusive. They did that with Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 was an exclusive to Switch because basically nobody wanted to fund the game except them. And they actually also ended up funding a couple other games.
Yeah, but this could backfire really bad when you go to hire out another studio, because that's what happened to one of my favorite studios. They were hired out to do a game, they pulled the contract, and the studio went under. And its franchises have been in limbo ever since then. Like, yeah, I like the idea of them going to sponsor other studios to make these games for them, but that's not a guarantee that one, you'll get a good game, and two, they're going to stick with it.
Well, it depends also on the company. I mean, you got to look at Telltale, that was handed a whole bunch of money and then they failed. But they failed because they refused to evolve their product. They kept making the same game with a different title.
Oh, they should have just gone to Nintendo.
Well, they should have, except they didn't. And then, but then there's a lot of companies you could say that with that weren't even exclusive locked on. They just failed because of their inability and bad management, which the video game industry is full of bad management.
What are your thoughts?
I think it also just goes to show you how volatile the video game industry really is, and how easy it can be, even if you are successful, to to innovate the way you need to stay up. As far as exclusivity goes and all that, I mean, I would say, what do we do going forward? I think it's kind of crazy that instead of the traditional, hey, the developers of the systems are also developing the games, or making sure that they own whatever company or licenses or whatever have you, so they're directly responsible for stuff like we mentioned, or at least I know we're going to probably talk about Sonic and Mario and stuff like that. We've talked about Nintendo, but now it's become more commonplace for a video game company to just start buying, the actual the companies now that makes the game.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we'll just buy the studio.
Yeah, and I mean, it used to happen before for sure, but I think it was in tinier amounts. Like now, it's big game companies, and when you get a big name, big game company that was successful without you already, and you're bringing that under your banner to have whatever control you want over it, I only see that getting kind of being the trend going forward is, hey, you're going to see this console or this company being sold by this company. And guess what? They own all these companies, and we're going to have the chance to develop these. So, hey, Game Pass owners, come on and play all your Bethesda games. I mean, that's just the way it is, I think. And I mean, hopefully it'll give whoever the bigger companies purchase a chance to thrive and prosper for a little bit while they make a great product, I'm much more of an optimist than I am a pessimist when it comes to this stuff. So,
and you bring up a good point. Yeah, it's nothing new. The studios bought other studios, but they've always been smaller in scale.
Yeah, the scale at which it's starting to happen is crazy, and there's only so many companies out there that qualify as big enough to be news when purchased by a video game manufacturer. So, like, you can't do that too many times. It can't be too much of a trend. It can only be a trend for so long.
I also got to point out that it's probably because the companies are so bigger now because the gaming industry is bigger. I mean, EA, like, even up to, like, 90-something, we're talking about a maybe $1 million, couple $1 million. Now we're talking about companies that are worth billions of dollars. I mean, hell, Conceited Ape, which is a company that has only made one game, is worth a couple $1 billion because that game is Stardew Valley. But I think it's just so mind-boggling now because all you have to have is a studio with 1 to 2, maybe even 3 big A titles attached to them, and then anyone buying them up is big-ass news. I mean, like, the company that, like, Microsoft bought, they only bought it because they wanted Battletoads.
Not a bad purchase.
Not bad.
But they literally bought that company out because they wanted Battletoads. No,
but you know what? They brought Battletoads back. They brought an old franchise to the new generation, which is I love because it's not Battletoads 12. Not like we got Madden 25. I get all of that. I love that aspect of it. But when we look at the whole system out there, what studio would you want to see sell to who? Because I would die if Sega would sell to Xbox. I would be 100% the happiest person because Sega wouldn't be floundering around out there anymore.
You're right. Sega's totally floundering.
They have floundered quite a bit.
Totally floundering.
What the hell's wrong with you?
A company that had one of the most successful years in the last 2 years.
True.
Running,
but
not
how
floundering.
many years have they just really flubbed it with some of the weird Sonic games, just flying under the radar? Like, they have some of the best franchises.
They've had some rough years recently.
They have had a lot of rough years, and it's good that they're back on good years.
I think so,
but
too.
like I said, if they just had the money of Microsoft and the freedom to not be beholden to just a weird third-party market, I think they'd bring out the franchises in full. Like, I want Brave Firefighter. I want another Brave Firefighter. I want more House of the Dead.
Brave Firefighter giving Microsoft money, because Microsoft money wants a game that's worth billions and billions of dollars and will sell hundreds and hundreds of thousands of copies in an hour.
No. Look, Battletoads is the prime example. Battletoads is not a million copy seller. No. It's a passion project.
They put it on E3. They had an E3. They had the big trailer, and everyone's like, "Oh my fucking god!" Because every kid
we remembered it. It was a passion project nostalgia thing.
Yeah, and all the kids
not people too much younger than us would really care about Battletoads.
Right, but those people who love Battletoads are the ones who have the money.
We're very nostalgic about it.
And you know what? It's on Games Pass, so it doesn't really matter.
But
yeah.
But when it comes to third party, Sega does this best with third party and letting niche games sell like hotcakes, and that's fine because getting a AAA company sometimes all they'll care about is this game going to sell 1 billion copies? I mean, and this could be proven multiple times.
It depends because those companies, I mean, even movies have their thing where they're like, here's the crap month. We'll put whatever's not the Avengers out this month. I think the video game industry definitely has their share of throwaways. That's for sure.
And Cassandra, I 100% agree. Sega is king of these weird little fun games that hit and miss. They really do. And I'm glad they're taking those chances. But I just think if they were freed and had more financial backing, they could take more of those chances, bring back some of these things we loved. Like, they made the best systems. They made the weirdest, funnest games. Like, Seaman, come on now.
That was not a fun game. That was a weird, creepy game.
And do I even have to say it?
It was entertaining, I think.
Space Channel 5.
But
we knew. We already knew.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that one. So minus Sonic and Space Channel 5. You do realize no game company would ever right now make a Space Channel 5 because it's too niche, it's too weird.
But then again, it could have a GoFundMe, and then
it's not just that. Look on
somebody
Games Pass. Yeah. There is a lot of weird, interesting indie niche type games on Games Pass.
Like Carry On.
But yeah, there's a lot of them, and I've been.
And yes, a lot of those are Microsoft studios. They would support this. I don't understand why you're arguing with me because I understand Microsoft's a big evil corporation. I 100% get that. But the Xbox side of things seem to be focused on gaming and gaming experiences. And they seem to be allowing a lot more freedom with different types of games from their little studios they're developing. Like you said, Carrion. There's that one where you play the Rain Cloud. Like, I think that's an Xbox exclusive.
No, it's not. But it's on it.
Yeah.
That's because
Carry On isn't. I don't think Carry On is an Xbox exclusive, but I know it was on Games Pass.
I know I've gone through Games Pass. There's a lot of Microsoft done weird niche fun games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even if they're not exclusive, they still bring in a lot of games to the forefront, and that wouldn't get attention otherwise.
So, studios we'd like to see sell to a bigger company. What is your choice, Cassandra? And I'm going to love this one because I know you don't want to answer it.
I do. I don't want to answer it because I feel like everyone needs their own shot. But you know what? I actually do have an answer, and it's the weirdest one, and you're all going to look at me like I'm fucking weird. I want Sierra Online Entertainment to be bought out by Devolver Digital.
I can see that.
Because Devolver Digital will just let a game company develop its game because all they do is publish.
Yeah.
So let them do their thing. Let them have their their fucking weird ass marketing campaign, do whatever it is they do to make you want to play their weird ass games. And let Sierra Online make whatever weird ass games they're going to be making in the near future because they said they're coming back, which would be great because that means they may bring back a couple of their old titles.
Which is exciting. And now, last but not least, before we run out of time, what about you, Cynic?
I would say whoever owns the Turok IP right now. I just don't know who owns it off the top of my
Xbox
head.
owns it, doesn't it?
THQ.
It might. Which does Xbox own THQ at this point? Because I know it was like a claim at one point, and
I'm looking it up right now.
And THQ, yeah, whatever company that is, I want Microsoft to buy them and
it's DreamWorks Classic, apparently.
DreamWorks Classic. Okay, well, yeah, buy DreamWorks Classic. Then.
It's owned by Universal Studios.
Okay.
So no, that's a WB game. So what you have to hope for then is that Warner Brothers gets bought by Microsoft.
Well, I mean, that's kind of already a thing, isn't it? We don't know it's been bought by Microsoft, but there's every chance that that could happen if those they're still up for sale. Which I think at one point that was like I wouldn't say a hoax, but that was a pretty big rumor going around that was going to happen.
Yeah, it's a WB thing. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, it just keeps getting crazier. I'm trying to look at the dates of these things.
I know that Warner Brothers had. I know Warner Brothers had it. I swear to God, I thought THQ had it at one point.
Disney had it at one point.
Oh man, can you imagine the Disney with the Miramax line making a Turok movie?
Be better than the Monster Hunter movie we got.
I mean, if Disney does their thing where they're like, cool, let me take my name off this and y'all go make some money with my money. You know,
we'll put it under
sometimes
Miramax.
Disney does that.
Yeah, they just put it under Miramax. Is it Miramax or what's the other one? Like Disney has like 3.
Touchstone.
Touchstone, that's right.
I don't think they do Touchstone anymore. It's just Miramax if they do it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today's episode. We hope you guys had fun talking with us. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, wherever you're at. Share this video, have fun with it, because we'll be back tomorrow to wrap this up. And we're going to talk about, is exclusivity and things actually really good for the Gamerverse when it comes to third-party titles? We're just going to kind of just keep this discussion going because we've pretty much established that, everything at the beginning is the beginning when you start launch a console and you make the game itself. So we'll be back tomorrow for... Actually, no. I'm going to change tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have some fun. Yo, can I ask you a question? What the fuck is a quagga?
Quagga?
Like in Google Drive, when you're just accessing our show notes, it says anonymous animal. What? It says anonymous quagga. What the fuck is a quagga?
You get me. That's weird.
Oh, it's like a half zebra, half horse.
Huh.
It's an extinct subspecies of the plain zebra. And it was hunted to extinction by, 18th century European hunters. Of course it was. It looks like somebody forgot to draw the rest of the stripes on it.
Yeah, it's...
Sorry, I'm just looking at Quagga. I don't know where he's at. I have not heard from him, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this next episode.
You're also maybe saying it wrong, but I actually know what you're talking about.
No, it's called a quagga. Quagga. How else can you say it? Quagga?
Yeah.
Quagga.
Quagga. Quagga. Quagga.
Yeah, that's... I think that's more chicken. Or...
Quagga.
No.
That's not chicken.
Wait, hold on. I may actually...
Vulture, maybe?
That's a hawk.
I actually...
Quagga. Quagga.